Welcome back to our In the Works vlog. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm almost ready to forge weld my amazing crazy weave billet together. The last thing I have to do is to create two little bars that go on either side. They're kind of sacrificial bars, we'll grind them off later. But I just kind of feel that I need to secure this a little better. If I have those bars on either side of the weave, I'll feel a lot better when we go in to make sure that none of those pieces are going to fall off, none of those tacks are just going to break during the actual heating up process. I could probably get away without them, but I'm going to go ahead and move over to the saw, cut my two pieces, weld them on here, and then when Ilya gets here, we'll fire up the charcoal and the propane forge and do the forge weld. Here we go. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. In this episode, I'm going to be shooting a lot of processes in slow motion. I want to try some new things out. I also want to try out editing the slow motion, so I'm going to use a whole lot of it. Don't worry if you're not a real big fan of slow-mo. In future episodes, we'll make sure to use it sparingly. Alright, now that we have our two bars cleaned off on one side, let's go ahead and tack weld them to our billet.
As you can see, I clayed up 2 blades. The one you saw me claying was a Moroha Zakuri with the Seguha Hamon. The Seguha Hamon is the hardest one to achieve because it has to be absolutely even with no extra activity that Americans tend to like. And it is the hardest one to polish.
I'm a dum-dum and I shot this talking point in slow motion. So now I'm really excited, getting ready to do the forge weld on my billet. We got all our pieces tack welded together. We're going to start by placing it in the propane forge to get up to temperature. Then we're going to move over to the charcoal forge, get a really nice heat soak on it, and then move over to the anvil on the ground, do a couple hits to initialize the weld, and then move right to the power hammer.
Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
In preparing the work for traditional materials, I weld up my teco. It is composed of tamahagani bits that are left over from sword making, like clipped off tips.
Feel like those welds went great. Feel like I need a celebration cigar, like I just had a baby. But did a few cycles of welding on the billet, hitting it on the front and the bottom, and then hitting it on its sides. And I got a little bit of fold over, so then I returned it to the flat part of the dies, trued everything up. At this point, we have to let the whole billet cool down. Once it's cooled down, I can grind off all my MIG welds, grind off the 2 bars I put on the side, and grind off the little tips that were all just mild steel, just to basically act as placeholders. Then I'll really know how good my welds are, and then I'll move on to making the edge wrap and weld that together, and then we'll draw it onto a sword blade. Sounds easy. Yeah, real easy. Alright, thanks for watching this episode of In the Works. I feel really good about what I've accomplished. I have my billet forge welded together. Next step is to sand all the MIG weld and all the extra material that I've added to that billet off. Ilya's got 2 blades now ready for heat treat. They're baking the clay on the blades right now. So next episode we'll see some more of both these projects. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this episode of In the Works. If you enjoyed this and want to see some more of our content, here's 2 great choices. Also, don't forget to subscribe.